Should you pursue someone who is quote unquote out of your league? That's what we're going to talk about today. Let's get into the show, you guys. Welcome to the show. I am KTJ, men's counselor, love coach, and today we're getting into this conversation today. Can someone be out of your league? If this is your first time being here, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and we're going to get into the content today. So this conversation today comes from the fact I was on a live podcast panel just yesterday. And I was in the audience before the thing got started, and I went up to a guy and I asked him what his biggest challenge was right now in dating and relationships. This is what he told me. He said, my biggest problem is that I don't have the confidence. Essentially, this is what he said. I don't have the confidence to go after the kind of women that I want to go after because the last one dropped me and left me, and so now I've decided that maybe I need to pursue a lesser woman because maybe that woman was out of my league. I got the thumbs up. So we're going to talk about it, you guys, and if this is your first time here, this is what we talk about. We talk about dating, relationships, and love, and because I still believe in it. I believe that if this is what you want, this is the channel for you. All right. So let's get into this conversation a little bit. I got a few points here that I want to drop on you. And look, this is the kind of thing that you want to kind of like take some notes because this is some good stuff. So here's my thought initially on that. I believe that initially nobody is out of your league. And especially if you're a guy, coming up, if you're a young guy, you need to understand that nobody is out of your league, right? There are some people who are a little more progressed than you. They may have some skills that you don't have. They may have some experiences that you don't have, right? But it's nothing that you can't get, all right? So get it in your mind. Nobody's better than you, and nobody's more important than you. And no woman is more important than you. I don't care what she has. I don't care if she's Oprah's long lost daughter, right? You're still a man. And you're gifted with manhood and masculinity. It's a gift. And you got to know how to use it. So let me just pull this up. And let's get into this conversation here. So I actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it on the screen for a minute so you guys can see what I'm getting this from, and we can talk about it together. Let's do that. I think this is some good stuff right here. All right. So it's talking about it. It's talking about, should I pursue a girl that's out of my league? Now, this one is somebody sent this question in. All right. So this is what it's saying. Pursuing someone who you feel is out of your league can be intimidating, but it's important to consider a few factors. Self-confidence. Confidence can be attractive if you genuinely like her. Focus on presenting your best self rather than overthinking her perceived status. Let me bring that in. If your mind is focused on someone being better than you, guess what? They are better than you. If you believe someone is better than you, they are better than you. If you think that someone has something more than you. Now, one of the problems with this whole thing is that you are putting a woman on a pedestal. Most women don't even want to be on a pedestal, right? if you're lifting her up to be better than you, you're putting her on a pedestal, and it's going to turn out badly. I'm telling you right away. It's going to turn out badly. Let's keep going on this. So, common interest. The question what the guy's asking is, should he pursue a girl who's out of your league? Maybe this is you pursuing a woman. All right. So, number 2, common interest. Look, evaluate whether you share interests or values. Common ground can be a great foundation for any relationship. So, yes, if she's got a Jaguar and you're catching the bus, you just have to find the common interests, right? What do you have in common? Yes, she has money, and yes, you got a bus pass. So what? It only matters if it matters to you. Yes. You getting off the bus, tell her to meet you at the bus stop. Because I'm telling you, if you know how to communicate with a woman, if you know how to stimulate her mind and have her thinking about you while she's at her high-end job and can't wait to come pick you up from the bus stop, guess what? You winning, my friend. You are winning. So it really comes down to that level of communication. Can you speak so that a woman can listen to you and wants to listen to you? All right. Let's keep going on this. Respect her autonomy. Remember that regardless of how you feel about her, she has her own preferences and feelings. Be respectful and considerate in your approach. Yes, she has her own feelings. And guess what? She has the right to kick you to the curb. She has the right to say, ho, wait, you know what? This isn't going to work. Right? I've seen guys, right, try and take a woman out to some high-end fancy restaurant. They don't even know which fork to eat out of. They don't even know how to conduct themselves in that environment. All to try to impress her. When really, you should be taking her to the place that you go. Allowing her to do the things that you do. Letting her experience your world to the highest extent it could be. Okay? Let's keep going. You should be writing these down. You should be writing this down. Here it is, number 4, be yourself. Authenticity is the key. Trying too hard to impress might come off as insincere. Just be yourself and let things unfold naturally. Yes. Listen, now while I do agree that you should be yourself, you should also be learning to get better. You need to be learning how to communicate. You need to be learning how to resolve conflict, right? Just because somebody says something that you don't like, you don't just walk away. You don't just ghost people. Grown people don't ghost people. People who can articulate their thoughts and feelings, that's an adult. Okay? So you just be yourself, but be your best self. All right, let's keep going on this. I want you guys to get something from this. All right, number 5, rejection is possible. Understand that not everyone will reciprocate feelings, and that's okay. Rejection is normal part of dating. Let me tell you something. One of the biggest things that I find that guys have to get over is this feeling of being rejected, right? Let me tell you something. Nobody can reject you. When you know who you are, nobody can reject you, right? Why? Because you have accepted yourself. Now, I gave this analogy the other day that when you are, have you ever lived in an area where there's a big field on the corner? Like there might be a house right here and a field around at the corner of the block. And one of the things I've seen people do, of course, do people walk all the way around and stay on the sidewalk? No, they do not. They walk across that grass, at least in my neighborhood, right? They would walk across that grass like it was no big deal, right? Because it's just a corner lot. That is until the owner decides that they've had enough of people trouncing across his grass. Decided, there's now a path because so many people have walked across the grass. And so when the owner of the home gets tired enough, listen to me, gets worn out enough, gets sick and tired enough, he goes out and he puts a fence out on his property. Once he puts the fence there, it occurs to everyone in the neighborhood that someone is paying attention here. Someone lives here. This is someone's property, and the person cares about it, and they don't want you walking across it, right? What have they done? They have created a boundary. Some of you have been in situations where there's no boundaries. So you're wondering why a woman might smack you. You're wondering why you've been in a abusive situation. You're wondering why she just does whatever she want to do and talks to you like a dog, right? Because you have no boundaries. But once you say enough is enough, and you let her know, listen, this is the last time you will ever speak to me that way. I don't accept that kind of language towards me. I don't accept that kind of treatment towards me. I only accept the best, most respectful treatment. And if you can't do that, we're finished. See, sometimes a guy won't talk like that because you're afraid of being left. You are afraid of the rejection. You're afraid of being alone. But let me tell you something. Being alone is and respecting yourself is better than being with someone just because you got company, but you got disrespectful company. It's better for you to just be by yourself. And you won't have any of these issues. You're going to have some issues. Yes, it's going to be lonely, but so what? What you're really doing is making space for someone better to come along. All right. Look, nobody's out of your league. Listen to me, and I want you to say it out loud. Nobody's out of my league, especially because you're a masculine man. I'm talking to the fellas tonight. I got messages for the ladies, but this one's for the guys. I don't care if you don't even have a job. I don't care if you don't have a career. I don't care if you don't have a six-figure this and six that and six the other thing. You're a man. You're gifted with manhood and masculinity. And that is powerful and should be respected. All right. But it's got to be respected by you first. All right. Go ahead. Look, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I need some support out here. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.